Hey, so my name's Isaac. I am a fan of NA Amateur and Academy, and I thought I'd put together this set of videos where I highlight 5 players from each role in the Amateur Academy scene who are native, and then, sort of talk about their strengths and talk about just give a highlight as to like why we should look into them. And sort of like the point here is like do the scouting for the orgs because they don't seem to do it, right? So if you're part of an org, if you're a coach or if you're a GM, like don't put together your roster for LCS or for Academy until you've watched this video, you know? Cool. Let's just hop right into it because it might get pretty long with five players. So first of all, we got Kenvi. I don't think this will surprise anyone. He didn't play in Proving Grounds, but the fact that he was brought to the World's Boot Camp is proof enough that he's already an LCS level player. So in 2021 summer, because he didn't play in Proving Grounds, all these stats are from 2021 summer, which is fine. So he played well around mid bot. So his team ended up with first drag more often than any other team. He also led his team to a first Baron percent, which was in the top 3 of teams. Jungle, so jungle percent is like the number of actual like the percentage of the gold from the jungle minions. So again, second highest. This guy's farming the jungle. He's invading. He's just an insane all-around jungler. And even still, he's got top 3 in first turret and top 2 in first 3 turret, right? And yeah, 100 Thieves has a lot of good players, but Kenvi is really the captain here, and all these objectives can be attributed, at least to some extent, to Kenvi. Um, and, if you're doubting Kenvi after that, he's got the most kills and the most assists, both categories, in 2021 summer. So this guy's insane. He is third in KDA. Only reason he's not first is, of course, because he dies because he goes for crazy plays. But in my opinion, that's just a sign of improvement. Like NXI is insane too. Spoiler alert, he's not on the list because he already played in LCS and obviously deserves a spot. But man, like the fact that Kenvi's dying more just means he's gonna improve faster, right? So yeah. Then also, I mean, combine the whole KDA thing with his third highest and second highest CSD 10 and XPT 10. Like this CSD is coming from jungle monsters, right? And he's farming the most jungle. So how is he finding time to like clear more jungle than the enemy and also get more kills and more deaths and more assists? It's like this guy just has insane amounts of time. And well, how does he do it? I'll answer your question. Xinjiao, Rumble, Diana. Do I need to go further? Like this guy, yeah. He plays a lot of sort of like farming carry junglers, ones who farm fast so they also have time to gank, and that's that's sort of who this guy is. We can look real quick at his infamous pentakill.
Felicity stacking.
Ugh, I'm gonna open this up in a new tab. Yeah, so here we go. This is Kenvi. He's on the Kindred, and he's got his ult up, but I don't even know if he'll need it. He's gonna go straight in, just kiting down, and same idea here, just kiting him down. Everyone dies, but that's okay. He's 1v2. He still has ult, but he's not gonna need it. And auto attacking. Obviously, he's mega fed at this point, but that's it's always nice to see your players get a pentakill. Cool.
Up as 5.
What else do we have? This. Okay, this one's sort of a chain of events. So at 21:27, all right, look at this. He's recalling, and he sees Anda go away. So in he goes. Here comes Kenvi. He's going to come pick up Keith. Nice and easy. Poom goes in. Kill Keith. Done. Cool. Next. 2352. Here we go. Ryoma's going in for the kill, but he doesn't have enough damage. Pretty still got his ult. That's okay. Kenvi's here with a slow. He's going to flash. And Pretty can ult, but it doesn't matter because Kenvi's still got his ult. Cool. That's kill number 2. 2455. Not even that far away. Alright, here we go. Yeah, Keith and Joey are overextended. Kenvi's on Krubs. And here we go. Throw a slow. Poom goes for the engage. Get a little kill. You know? Nothing too difficult for Kenvi. 2807. Here we go. Oh yeah, Keith and Joey, you know, they're getting tower dive now. These guys, they run out of damage. Minion's not there. Like, I mean, it's kind of a failed tower dive, but you know they got Kenvi, and he goes nice little snipe. He doesn't miss an ult, by the way. And then you know Poom's there. He's like, all right, yo, let's do a dive. So in they go. Nice little stun. Kenvi gets the kill, and lots of time left for him to pop a herald. So he's just turned a failed dive into a double kill plus a tower. Insane. But of course, nothing happens without Kenvi. So let's go over here, 39, 33. And I would like you to notice that he still has all 5 kills on his team. And here he goes again for the 6th. Pretty is, you know, he's going to use his ult on him. But Kenvi doesn't really care. Off he goes. He's got his dash, and he doesn't miss an ult. What can I say? Man's in a bush. I don't need to see him. So yeah, this guy's pretty good. Oh my god.
The fight.
There you go. And yeah, we can watch this one more time. Or one last one. Doesn't take very long. Kenvi is a bear in a bush. There he is. Right, he's gonna walk down. And, you know, he spots an opportunity, so he hops in, stuns Tony Top, takes a bit of damage, presses R, gets a couple kills, and walks away safely. Man just has great killer instinct, good idea of how much damage he can take. Obviously, if he ends up dying, Poom and Ryoma can probably pick it up, but Kenvi just, he knows what's up, man. And this play here, now his team's got a tower, they're denying a cannon wave. He could go straight into the enemy jungle now that he's killed him. I mean, he could back, reset, and be here. Take the crab, like, take dragon. There's so many options. This play, really clutch. And, yeah, nothing ever happens without Kenvi. What can I say? Next.
Big plays from the jungler.
For Poom,
Very valuable.
Alistair could.
There we go. Okay. So, Tomio is our next player. This guy, he had a crazy scouting grounds. He didn't really have an excellent proving grounds, but I think he showed that he still can play all these like sort of power farming junglers, Graves, Heck, Olaf. Yeah, I mean, even in proving grounds, even though they did poorly, they had tough matchups. They had GGA, 100 Thieves, and IMTA. So I think Tomio is one of those players who does outshine his stats. He like if you watch him play, he just goes crazy at the right times. And we can see he's even though they had pretty abysmal win rate, it was 38% in Proving Grounds summer. He's got still second highest and second highest and third highest for first turret and first 3 turrets. This guy's shadowing them. It's not like that's on him. And they're above average herald rate, like 5th. It's not like a 10 team league, right? Proving Grounds had, you know, all these junglers were playing. So 5th, 56% herald rate. It does contribute a lot, especially to this first tower percent. Yeah. And so another thing that we can see is, of course, Tomio has one of the highest post 15 CS rates, which kind of shows mostly that like his team is giving him resources. So it shows that like they also trust him to carry. Now their coach is uh, I can't remember who their coach is, but it's evil geniuses. They care about young talent, so I trust that these guys are making correct decisions as to whether they should be farming Tomio or not, and they think they should. But it is sort of interesting and important to note that like in the late game, some of these players, you have good players like NXI, and he's not taking any gold from CS, right? Same thing with RBM. But Tomio is one of those higher resource late game junglers who will just come up in a really big way at the end. Um, and yeah, so another thing that's important to note, I think, is like Proving Grounds is a tournament, and right, like we can't just take a tournament where you don't play everyone as a great measure of players' skill. So if we look at like other tournaments that he's played recently, these are literally the last two. I didn't do any cherry picking. It's 2021 summer playoffs. He had to fill in, and he did great, man. Like, I mean, they didn't do that well, but he's 1.1 KDA higher. He's got excellent KP. He's got good damage percent despite being gapped in the early game like crazy, which to me looks like a laner diff, but I didn't watch the game, so I can't actually claim that one. Obviously, I did watch the Proving Ground games. Like, I mean, I didn't watch the games to study. I did watch them, but I studied the Proving Grounds games when I like also looked at these stats, so I can make more comments on those. But yeah, like this looks like a much better tournament overall. I don't see any issues. And then EGL, man, like 7.4 CSPM, hit me up. Look at these early game stats. Look at this damage per minute. It's insane. And it's only a fraction, so clearly they're against worse players, but it just shows you that like this guy can punish bad players. And I think that's important to note. So yeah, like what does he look like? He plays these like Nocturne is like a cool little sort of standout champion. There's not that many players playing Nocturne right now. But yeah, this guy likes those sort of like farm up, but also gank. You got Shinjao, Nocturne, Zac, right? Graves and Hecarim fit that sort of list. Hecarim especially. Um, this guy's got a really good Heck. He's played Heck for a long time. Just that sort of champ that like you see Tomio on Hecarim, you know it's gonna be a fun game. So yeah, that's Tomio in a nutshell. Here's some quick videos. So here we got a little bit of clever pathing. Um, so they went for a late invade, but he was able to take a chicken. So literally all this is showing. Well, maybe we'll go back a little bit. So he takes a chicken. So he knows that Schernfire is actually a level behind, despite having higher CS. Well, same CS, but he should be clearing his camps faster. Now Schernfire actually went a weird route where he went like chickens down and then he's gonna go around. The blast cone's gonna make it pretty close to equal. But again, Schernfire is only level 2, and Tomio knows that because he took a chicken. So Tomio's gonna clear, and really like he just wants to be not spotted on a ward to bait Schernfire in, right? And this also, not being spotted is just helpful in general. But yeah, so Tomio understands what's going on here, and he's gonna actually walk all the way around in order to avoid any wards here, which I think is pretty smart pathing, because Jace obviously could pop a ward down Tomio went for this late invade. And actually, so Schernfire is going to go straight for the crab. You could argue that Tomio should fight for the crab if he knows he has a level advantage, but this is another very clean play, because Schernfire is going to come in, and Tomio probably thinks he needs to cover for a gank, right? Like a top dive, even if he's not, defending against Schernfire. Now he's already seen Schernfire's ward, so he's just gonna come back and farm up, and this is all good. But look, he's defended a topside gank, and he's chilling. He got big Krugs, and again, no topside dive. This is an important one too. Like look at this wave that Tomio would miss if he dies. And Now Tomio gets to go, or sorry, Tony Top would miss it. Now Tomio gets to go get his buff, and he's just chilling, you know? He gets to back, gets to reset first. He could go bot crab. He can do lots of things. Just thought it was a little bit of clever pathing to walk around that ward there. Cool. Next up. This is what happens when you mess with Tomio's Olaf. Nice little quick video. He's gonna get attacked, you know. They're messing with him. And they're gonna get Mystiques. He kinda makes a mistake with this E. But that's okay. Because look. he's Olaf, he's 101, he's got enough gold, he's got a Lulu. Quick ult, and he's just gonna run down the enemy team. Doesn't really matter. 3-man Q, insane. Flashes onto his Q to get another Q. This guy's got the killer instinct, you know what I mean? He's here to go. He's here to win. And then they get a free Baron and win the game. So, thought that was pretty good too. All in all,
Full cleared out his.
I appreciate some Tomio. Okay, next one on the list is Fanatiik. Okay, so Fanatiik, hooey. Fanatiik, I mean, he was well regarded as one of the best junglers in the Academy circuit from his time on FlyQuest anyways. He and Triple, even though they didn't work well together, they both showed that they were top players. But after he was dropped from Fly, he found himself on an amateur roster, and I thought that was crime in itself. I suspect there was just not good enough Academy rosters. Because, yeah, this guy was Mr. Consistent all throughout Scouting Grounds. Proving Grounds. He finished 5th in all the KDA stats, you know, respectable. This is kills per game, deaths per game, and assists per game. 8 assists per game is insane. You know, we're looking at pretty solid stats here. And then, excuse me, he also tied for 3rd for overall KDA. So again, nice high consistent stats. Again, look at how many players there are. Like 5th is up here. Okay. So, oh yeah, also he finished 3rd in outright KP, which, you know, KP is a weird metric, but on a bad team, it usually means that, you know, you're the only one doing things. But even on a good team, it just means like you're the playmaker, right? And so Fnatic's here for everything. And we'll see in a second, you know, how that interacts with who he is. But yeah, what makes this all the more interesting is that he does this with the lowest gold percent on this list, like on any of these lists, you know? And he's one of the only people to finish higher in any KDA stat than, or like, sorry, like the only person to finish higher is NXI on any of these KDA stats. And like, he's, you know, only ahead in 1. So, like, Fnatic is ahead in 3 categories than everybody who's got less gold, and 2 categories than NXI. So that's kind of, you know, kind of insane. And NXI has also shown that he's, you know, LCS-Ready, so this kind of shows that Fnatic, you know, he's got some stuff going on. But okay, what else we got going on? So Fnatic, yeah, he's got the low ward or gold and still achieving excellent results. But look at his wards. This guy places more wards than almost everybody, but also clears more wards than almost everybody. Now this probably means he plays like Lee Sin and switches late, although we'll see in a second that he plays Lee Sin, but he also plays champs like Trundle and Shin and Skarner and Udyr. Like he's doing this not just because he plays a lot of Lee Sin. And clearing the most wards is obviously hard if you're not switching to the ward clear trinket. So, I don't know, maybe he's got a lot of control wards, which, again, excellent supportive jungler. And also, like, this guy has one of the highest, or, like, lowest XPD 10s. Like, he gets gapped, arguably. But, like, no, that just means, like, again, supportive jungler, he just gets his team ahead, and they win the game. Like, he's got the win rate to sort of support it. And I'm not arguing that Maddie and Panda are 2 of the best players, but Fnatic, like, having such a gold deficit and still being able to die so little and still being able to get so many assists and kills, like that's a good thing. And so we can look at sort of like, this is how Fnatic works. He's got his Trundle, he's got his Lee, he's got his Shin. Supportive. I mean, not so supportive, but he can gank and, he's a champ. Udyr, I mean, run around and slap people, stun them. And here's the thing is like, the current meta doesn't even really favor Fnatic's style really well because he plays champs like Skarner and Nocturne, you know? And Skarner obviously is one of the very few champs or people who actually plays Skarner. But yeah, I mean, this guy's like picking a supportive sort of ganking jungler, and he puts a bunch of gold on a teammate and he wins. Like he also had a really good Rek'Sai, so I'd like to see next split when the crabs are worth less early game. Ganking is gonna be more valuable, and I think that having this guy on your Elise, on your Rek'Sai, on your Lee, like it's gonna be good. So don't sleep on Fnatic. Put him on your team. Let's actually look at some clips. So here's a sort of typical Fnatic play. He spots, so he sees a TP coming in from Onda. He's near the top side. He's actually just like he was leaving, but now like he just took his crab actually is what happened. And he sees Onda TPing. He's like, look at this wave is slowly pushing that way. I gotta come back up. This is juicy. So he calls his top laner to TP, and he's in for the gank. Flashes a quick E, and they pick up Viper. And it looks like it's over after that, but Onda gets a little bit too greedy. Doesn't really understand how much danger he's in. And they get a quick little attack, and Fnatic, look at him like he tanks like just outside the range, just so that PCL can go in. Unfortunately doesn't get the kill, but this actually doesn't even matter. It's still good. Like look, there's a huge wave freezing here, and I mean he can just let it slow push into the tower and deny it if he wants to. So we can actually go forward a couple minutes, 23-25. And see what happens. So Fnatic finds a spot for his jungler to dive. Big wave here that Viper's gonna miss. Unfortunately, Viper can't Q it, and he's dead. And look, PCL is hitting plates for free. Fnatic got 2 kills, so he's 2-0. PCL's hitting a plate down. He's denying a huge minion wave, and it's 41-19 from that play earlier. That's what happened to that to that minion wave is PCL picked it up. And look at it's just like game over. But wait, so Fnatic, he's gone down. He's like, but he comes back up because he sees Onda and Joey. And I mean, Onda and Joey are just a little too ham. They don't expect Fnatic to come right back, and Fnatic gets a 3rd kill. So yeah, 44-19 in the top lane because Fnatic tented really well. And I don't think camping is like mindless win game. Like I think that's like very solid. You're shutting down a late game carry who can't do much when she's behind at all. And then you're putting your Wukong ahead so he can go spin on, immobile champs like Ori and that guy. Oh, sorry. Okay. So yeah, that's one thing.
Yeah, like PCL with that W.
Here's the next one. This is just some clean vision play. Look at him. So he walks down. Okay, now he's sitting here out of vision, and he's gonna hang here for a little while. And he's just trusting his instincts. He knows like what's happening. He knows Zyko and RBM are around. He's just here for the counter gank. But yeah, Dark Wings goes in for a bad shuffle, and look at this clean insec. He gets the Q, but he actually holds it. So this is poorly played a little bit by Dark Wings, I would say. But look at this. So okay, we go in, nice insec. We hit the Q, but we don't connect it right away. He still doesn't connect it. He's right next to Darkwing, so he's like, I'm gonna auto. Now he gets pushed back. He's ready to be ulted away. He could connect the Q now. Now, I mean, he can't because he's in the air. But, and there, I think he does connect it right there. And then it's just clean. You finish off Zyko and RBM. You've got Winter with you. Hey, this guy plays really well with Winter, and Winter honestly doesn't play that poorly. But yeah, so many, ganks in the top lane, ganks in the mid lane. This is one of those players, and I think we'll look at another one soon, who plays well with his jungler, or his support. Really does act as a second jungler. Okay, Will. This guy, I cannot talk enough about Will. Okay. So, I mean, Will's stats are middling but good. He's just good. He's got seventh lowest counter pick. He doesn't get counter pick all the time. And 45% isn't that bad, but he doesn't use up a lot of draft resources, okay? He's also like still fifth in KDA and KP, which, we can't complain about that. He's not very far behind Fnatic. Excuse me. High KP means good player on bad team, or good player on good team. Really kind of just means part of plays. Deaths per game, this guy's, sitting... Or, sorry, well, I guess... Yeah. Deaths per game, this guy's sitting pretty. Second lowest, so, Will doesn't die. Again, doesn't use draft resources, but doesn't get counter jungled and killed. He's also, one of those players who will take gold, will do damage, and yeah, mostly that. So yeah, this guy's doing high percent of damage. He's doing a lot of it, and it's not just like good player, bad team, because again, he's doing a lot, even if maybe sometimes his team isn't that great. So yeah, how does he manage all this success? Well, he plays Viego and Shin, and he's one of the few people who still played Viego in Proving Grounds, and he just went ham. And same thing with Shin. I mean, this guy likes to play those resource-heavy junglers, pick them up, win. Same thing with you got Diana-style junglers. Yeah. I guess the other thing is Will has improved a ton since he joined in summer, and you can kind of see that here in terms of win rate, 54% from 37, and I don't know, you could just see it in his gameplay too. I mean, you could look at KDA so here's 4.44, here's 2.24, right? Especially deaths, he just died a lot less, see, in summer. And part of this is maybe champs like Viego have resets and don't have to die in fights, but also Will just played a lot better. And we're gonna look at a couple. Oh, I love talking about Will. Here we go. So, yeah. So here's what's going on. Here is Will is psycho. He knows everything that's going on. So just to give you some context, they saw they didn't see NXI ever all game, but they did see Johnson and Dreams walk back because they leashed him. And so here's Will already with a ping here. He's like, yep, NXI, he's not on the crab right now. He's not, coming to contest it. So I think he's full clearing. Goes in for a mid gank, nice little bing bang. I think he probably could have done more here, but I thought he hit an ability, I swore. Did he really not? I guess not. Okay, but he does find triple, and, we push triple out of lane. We get Soligo Prio. Important. And now we're going to take crab. And again, here's a ping. He's like, yo, watch out. You could get ganked, Lorlo. Watch out. Don't overextend. And he's spam pinging second crab. He knows that this guy's backing and that this crab is his. Support will walk up. Off he goes. Here comes Will. And, I mean, already we got a double crab. It's nice. But it gets better. I mean, just wait a minute. This guy definitely has some sort of psychic powers. And he's also pinging where he's going. I don't know. He's clearly communicating a lot with his team. He's like, yeah, no? Okay, look at this. They still haven't seen NXI all game. And look at these. Look at these pings. He's like, yeah, this guy's lane ganking you, by the way. How crazy is that? And he's insane. I mean, Spawn and JJ try their best to get killed, but, you know, Will won't let that happen. He's here for the counter gank. So Spawn and JJ, you know, they'll walk away. Here comes Will. Oh, look. A jungler? Not anymore. Yep. And JJ will pick him up one more. Nice little flash Alistar insect sort of thing. Oh, and of course, because of all this jungle tracking, he knows that there's no jungler on the top lane because he was like, oh, look, he's backing here. So then Soligo was able to come top, and they basically win Lorlo his lane, right? Like, low health Jace isn't doing that much against an Akshan here. And yeah, now he has to back against this big wave. He's going to TP back, but Lorlo doesn't have to use his TP, and he can use it later. So very big play from Will. This guy, I don't know, ESP? Something like that. Next.
We're seeing in the pre.
This guy,
From Joe.
just a versatile kind of guy. Let me show you how he cancels his plans. So Onda, he makes like kind of a smart little gank, you know. Oh, sorry. And he gets a kill. So yeah, good on him. JJ does get away, which is unfortunate. Now look at Will's pathing. Onda walks away. He's like, oh, wow, Will, this guy's low. I'm going to his red buff. Yeah, off he goes. Does he finish his wolves? Yeah, he finishes his wolves. Also, look at the way he's kiting his wolves so far. Like, a lot of amateur junglers aren't that good at kiting their camps. Like, it's just true. But yeah, off he goes to wolves. And, yeah, we'll see how that ends. I mean, he's calling his support in too. You know, he's like, yeah, let's do this. We can kill Onda. And I don't know if he knows that Onda's gonna overstay or what, but well, it happens. And Onda's got no smite. Will's got a free kill. Like, this is good. And he's getting a free grump too. And he knows he doesn't need to go bot. In fact, he dodges a nice hook. That if that hook hits, then Joey gets to jump back over the wall. And then yeah, JJ and Spawn can pick up a second kill. So like, this has turned Onda's good gank into a win, right? Just because he decided to like skip chickens and walk straight over. And now, I mean, he's spam pinging the crab because he's like, look, that's where Onda's going. And guess what? That's where Onda's going. Will is like, oh man, this guy, somebody, like, I know he's only been playing Academy for 4 months, but put him on your LCS roster, to be honest. This guy's good.
Oh, he gets the flip.
This guy's going somewhere. Okay, I think we have 2 more. Hopefully this video isn't too long yet. So, RBM, despite being on a fairly weak team at Proving Grounds, RBM, I don't know, I think he showed what he's worth. Like, his team went 3-5, and this guy's topping a ton of stats. He's got 3rd highest kill share of all the junglers. So like, when he wins, he's winning the game. Yeah. He also, like, I don't know, he had like abysmal early games. Look at this gold diff 10, and still, like, his CSD is middling. Like, it's positive even. Like, I don't know. You're getting gold diffed, but your CS is good. Where's the gold diff coming from? It's coming from your teammates getting killed. Look, 437 gold. That's a kill and an assist. I don't know. His bot lane probably sucks. Spoiler alert. I'm pretty sure it did. But okay, like, yeah, this guy's good. He just, again, kind of unlucky. But I mean, he got no counter picks all tournament. Again, these are all from spring, or not spring, summer, Proving Grounds, 2021, obviously. Then, I mean, you got damage per minute. This guy's doing high damage per minute when he's behind, when his team is also behind. Like, it's not even just damage share, it's just damage. This guy does it. Yeah, and I mean, he's doing it with like relatively little gold, right? Like, he's not up here with XU for amount of gold that they're getting on their team. And this guy, okay. We have to talk about RVM's Baron steals because well, just steals in general, right? These are Baron and Dragon steals. This guy's got 2. No one else had any. Well, like 3 of them had 1. Everyone else had 0. So like RVM, he's one of those players who just goes crazy, right? And now, I don't know, like maybe people will say, oh, he's just lucky. Oh, the enemy jungler can't steal. Guess what? The world champions, EDG, 2 of their games would have been completely lost if they didn't steal a Baron. And they did. They stole 2 Barons, and it took them to a world championship. So, listen, if EDG can do it, then RBM, he can carry you with a couple steals as well in LCS. And I mean, look, top 1 Elder percent team, like this guy comes in really clutch late game. And same thing with Baron, like they're controlling 60% of Barons. Often they lose first Baron too, which is crazy in its own right. And interestingly, RVM has like more wards than everyone else, which I thought was interesting. Partly because he plays Lee, but again, this is no more Lee games than like Fnatic or yeah, Fnatic I think. But yeah, look, this guy, I mean, Kha'Zix is a fun character, and I don't think he's lost on Kha'Zix in a fair while. But yeah, this guy's playing like, late game, Kha'Zix, Zoom, Boom, Lee Sin. I mean, he scales if you're good, which this guy's good. Graves. Yeah, I mean, Diana, Viego. These guys are like, take the money and win. And he does pretty well. So here's a couple invades. I wanted to show this off because this guy's always invading with his support, invading with his players.
It's looking pretty grim, but look at the top side. This is a rare.
Hopefully this, where I had some clips that didn't really work out. Okay, yeah, here we go. I mean, this is just showing like, look, he's playing well with his support. His support is Zyko. He used to do it again with Rhino on Zeus. Like, he's just going in aggressively. This one won't really work out, but the fact that he's bringing Zyko in, I like it. Now, again, they are going to lose one, but it's aggressive, and this is sort of what you expect from RBM. And look, he's still going in. Like, he's crazy, man. And actually, yeah, they do get the kill. And did they get the yeah, they get the second one, so it's worth. And here we go. We get to take the enemy jungle. This is why he has so much late game gold. Actually, never mind. He's greedy and kills Skytech first. But yeah, so now he goes into enemy jungle, and yeah. Then I think I had another clip, yeah, from Twitch. Maybe it's the same game, I'm not sure. No. Alright, and again, here's just like, look, he's invading with Zyko and Sketchstreams. He's got his mid, he's got his support, and he goes taking some crabs, killing a guy, right? This guy invades. I don't see enough like invasions from other junglers. It's pretty much only RBM in Academy. Here's a little counter gank. Thought it was kind of cool. So, I mean, we see Braum recalling, and RVM, he's like, oh, this is definitely a dive and herald opportunity for XU. And so, here he goes. He's gonna, I mean, he starts his recall, but then he cancels it. And he's like, all right, I'm gonna stop the dive. And look at these mechanics. I mean, nice little QRQ. Boom, boom, boom. And he's able to heal Sketchstreams. Unfortunately, he doesn't get to save him or himself. But 2 for 2. Double kill on the Lee. Stop the Herald. That is a good play. Even though, not optimal. Zyko is here to sort of stop Wixie from just clearing the wave and denying everything. So, there is a little bit of silver lining. And again, Fed RBM. I believe they win this game. And here is, I mean, it wouldn't be an RBM highlight reel if I didn't show you a Baron steal. Here he goes. Just hop in, steal the Baron, and hop out. Flash out, ward hop out. And that Q, by the way, oh, that was, oh, what happened? He gets griefed actually too, and he still gets out. Look, if he just hits Breezy, then it's fine. And oh, never mind. He doesn't get griefed. Okay. But yeah, nice ult, launching XU back towards the enemy team and saving himself. And yeah, RBM, nice shield by the way. Like, look at this. He could go in and trade for Wixie if he wanted to, but nope, he's gonna hop out. So he gets his team a kill, 2 kills, and he gets a Baron. So yeah, this saves the game and they go on to win, even though they've lost their inhib. So yeah, this guy, he just has like that clutch factor, you know? He's like the perks of jungle. He'll just somehow find a way to win the game. So those were the 5 junglers that I recommend. Again, I hope to do this for every single role, but free agency is coming up soon, and a lot of rosters are finalized anyways, so I might not have time to do all 5, but worst case scenario, I'll try to finish up mid and maybe even ADC, because I feel that those are like 2 places where, well, mid for sure. I feel like that's a place where we do a lot of importing and we don't need to. There's so much good talent. Like, nobody's given 5Fire a chance, for example, in years. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you like the sort of concept. Um, Obviously, this is very new, so please, any sort of feedback. I refuse to. The only thing I can't do is I'm not editing a bunch of stuff like clips. So unless somebody wants to volunteer to do some editing for me, like this is gonna be the format for all the rest of the videos. But anyways, I think this has gone on a while, and I'd like to end it sooner than later. So thank you all for watching. I do very much appreciate it, and I appreciate your interest in Academy and Amateur. So I've been Isaac, and I'll see you again hopefully soon.